Hey folks, I'm Chef Jay Romano. Today what I'm going to be doing for you is a couple different things. We're going to go ahead and braise some kale. It's going to be fantastic. We have a little bit of bacon fat. We're going to go ahead and just let that simmer in a little bit of chicken stock. Also what I have too for a main course is a couple different kinds of fish. What we have here, first one is a striper. I still gotta obviously break it down, which we're gonna go ahead and do in a couple different segments. The second one here I have is a red snapper, which are both indigenous to the area. They have been caught fresh today. They're very, very, very good, and we're gonna go ahead and show you how to do those a couple different ways. But let's go ahead and focus on the kale first of all. So to braise kale, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is get some oil in a pot. Go ahead and get that started medium high heat-ish, right around there. Once that oil is going ahead, it's doing well, you're going to want to go ahead and add some garlic into there right away. I have a couple little tricks up my sleeve, so I'll show you those right now. First, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get our pot on. And we're going to go ahead and get quite a bit of olive oil in the bottom because everybody likes olive oil. Okay. And this is my secret ingredient. I've been saving this up for a little while here, and this is bacon grease. Okay, this is all the stuff I've been saving, and it is here in the South. We use it in as many items as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that in there, just a little bit more for good measure. And next thing we're gonna do is just let this cook up. But we're also going to actually finish cutting our kale. And there's a couple different ways you can do it, a couple different knives, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and make this easy for you. I prefer a Santoku chef's knife. This is easier for me. I can hold it properly. It's got a wider top on here. But we also have an actual chef's knife. Okay, and this is an 8-inch blade. It's good for what you need it to do, but again, like I said, I prefer the Santoku chef knife. So with the kale, you're going to want to go ahead and get this rib. I don't know if you can come forward a little bit and see that you have this rib here right up the middle. Okay, so you want to go ahead and get that out. I've tried it a million different ways, and the best way to do it is fold the leaves in half and go ahead and find the base or the spine, whatever you want to call it, and just cut. Okay? That's all you have to do. It's going to let the bulk of it come out. Now you still have this little part on the top. Just chop it off. You still want that as well. But you're still going to get these little stragglers down at the end. Do it like you do rosemary. Okay? Just pull it right down. And now you have a completely crisp and clear portion of kale. So you want to go ahead and chop this into a coarse chop. You want it big. You want it big. Okay? Put this right here for now. I'm going to do it one more time for you. Okay? So you're going to want to fold it in. Fold it right in. You're going to hear that oil bubbling over there too. That's good. That's that bacon fat. That's how we do it in the South here. So again, like I said, you're going to want to go ahead and grab your kale, pull it over, get it comfortable knife handle, knife set, and just follow the spine right along. Okay? If you have, like I said, this little top, you want that. Okay? If you have these little stragglers down the end, just pull them off. Again, like I said, with rosemary. Now at this point, again, do a coarse chop. Okay? So luckily, I have a great team, and we have a whole bunch here still left over. Go ahead and put this in here. Now, our oil and our bacon fat is coming to perfect temperature right now. So we're gonna go ahead and do garlic next. All right, garlic, you can do it any which way you want. The bottom line is you gotta get this skin off the outside of it. So what I found is the best way is to take it between your thumbs, pop it, and then just pinch, and it should come completely out. Okay? And another trick, keep a little area over here for your trash, so you minimize cleanup time. Again, we're gonna pop it, and we're gonna go ahead and get it out, and then we have perfect garlic. Now we're ready to go ahead. Now we want to do a fine dice on this garlic, so there's all kinds of different ways you can do it. You can pop it, you can smash it like Ann Burrell. You can do any kind of different way. What I like to do is, because I'm only feeding a couple people right now, is take my time and do it right. Like my dad says, anything worth doing is worth doing right. So I take a paring knife and I go ahead and just go all the way down. Just take my time and go all the way down. Okay? So now I have this kind of fanned effect here, right? But we're not done yet. So you want to go ahead and slice it the long way as well. Okay? Now at this point, you want to just go ahead and just chop those little teeny pieces so that you can get your garlic. Okay? And again, luckily, I have a whole bunch over here. Our oil is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and add this garlic in here real quick. All right, so we want to do about 30 seconds of this garlic being in this pan right here. And this recipe is thank you to Chef John Besh, actually. Thank you, Food and Wine Magazine. I appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and add our garlic in right now. Okay? Now, Chef John Besh, I'm not stealing your recipe. I'm actually adding some other stuff that we do here down in the South as well. Again, the bacon fat, and also I have some bacon that I've cooked in a confit style, and I've also chopped up real good. That's going to go ahead and go in with this kale and probably make the best braised kale you've ever had in your life. Probably not, but at any rate. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do the other way of chopping garlic because I got to get it in there quick. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to go ahead and just do a rough chop this way. I'm going to turn them, and I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit of muscle. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and get that right in that pot there. Now, what we want to do is go ahead and add in our chicken stock or chicken broth, whatever you have. We're going to go ahead, put in about a cup. About a cup. And then at this point, what you need to do is just put the kale in scoop by scoop. Okay? Don't put all this in there because it's never going to cook properly. All right? Your best bet also, just as a backup, a little spatula. Give it a little stir real quick as you're putting these in. Okay? So go ahead and put a little bit more in. A little bit more. I'll put a little bit more. Go ahead, just give that a little stir. It smells fantastic in here. I'm still waiting for them to come out with smell-o-vision. That would be awesome. Alright, so we're good with this. Now, what we're going to do, we got to keep this cooking for about, they say about 5 minutes. All right, you want to make sure that everything just wilts down. I have almost 2 pounds of kale right here. It's gonna wilt down to about 4 servings tops, and 4 servings being little servings. So you really got to watch it. If you want to have enough for 18, 20, yada 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 people, you really need to be getting, 5 to 8, 7, whatever pounds of kale. Okay, chopped, cored, all that. My last trick. All right, Chef John Besh, I love you very much. This recipe is in your honor, but I'm gonna go ahead and add some bacon. Okay, I have to. Bacon, excuse me, bacon and greens go fantastic. So what I have here is some confit bacon. I'm gonna go ahead and just get everything in here and just let it sit right on the top, and it's gonna be beautiful. As this starts to simmer at the bottom and heats up here and starts to wilt that kale, the bacon fat and that congealed portion of that actual pork is going to go ahead and melt across all these leaves. So it's going to give it some fantastic flavor. Excuse me, my mouth is watering. The next step we're going to go ahead and do is cover this. This is all set. We're going to let this on medium heat for 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take the lid off and let the rest of the liquid reduce down so that it becomes more of a glaze. And all of this is going to turn into something that you can go ahead and refrigerate. You can reheat it. It'll, if you want to do this the day before, put it in your fridge for the next day. If you're doing something along the lines of what I'm doing, the fish 3 ways. Also, I'm doing a risotto as well, Parmesan risotto. You can go ahead and keep this for the night into tomorrow. This is it for this segment. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more segments at this point. So the next one, I'm going to be filleting the fish and actually getting it onto, its cast iron skillet or wherever it's going to be, because like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this 3 separate ways. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all how to fillet this fish. I'm going to show you which knives to use, how to cut it properly, so on and so forth. And after that, the 3rd segment will go ahead and be the risotto. So we're going to do a Parmesan risotto. It's going to be beautiful. Really nice, fluffy arborio rice. We're going to go ahead. We have some fresh Parmesan cheese, some broth, some white wine, so on and so forth. We'll go ahead and do that next time. So thank you very much for tuning in, and make everybody felice y pieno. Happy and full, baby.